around the mill, I gotta feed our cows and horses, and I thought I'd just let y'all ride with me on the way down to the mill to do that. So let's get started. That's how exciting it is to have a couple, 3, 5 cows and 5 horses. Gotta feed them about every third day. There's a barn I built, gosh, I guess maybe 15 years ago now. Yeah, it has been, I guess, about 15 years ago. I hadn't finished it. But this is for my wife and girls. I wanted them to have a nice horse barn. You'd think that I'd still would want them to have it. I would finish it. But that's how easy it is for me to start a project. I'll shut one down to start another one. That's gonna be the feed room. And this is gonna be the tack room. Whenever I get back to it. Here's one of these deer feeders that my buddy's making. This is one of his first prototypes. He's changed the pattern on it now. This bottom part he's changed, and that's why this one's been taken out of service. So he's improving on it. So there's the name of it. Get over here and get some sunlight. AL150, made in the USA. Mag feeders. Look him up, Mag feeders. I think it's Mag Outdoors on YouTube. I'm sure if you look up Mag feeders on YouTube, you'll find it. But he's wanting to advertise it as coon resistant and bear resistant. There's where everybody's eating. I'm just a friend. I'm gonna head up to the mill here. The old mechanic called and said he's been working on my truck. He thinks that the fuel filter housing has gone bad or something. But ain't that some pretty wood? That's what me and Jeff sawed up last Saturday. Look at the wind blowing. Get that cherry log there for for Michael. I told him we'd cut that tomorrow for he wanting to make a fireplace mantle out of it. There we go. Pretty long log there. I ain't got my chainsaw, that's why I didn't cut it. And then I think we'll do 3 more of these loblollies here. I think I will. That's a real pretty one down there on the bottom. I was gonna save it, but I believe I'll just go ahead and take it. That'll work. I did a little time lapse on right here, and what I'm fixing to do is to set the lead there on the saw. I put that F pattern saw on there that Brett gave me, and I've been running a 1/16 of an inch lead, and so I wanted to try just a little bit more. So I'm gonna move it out to almost 1/8 of an inch, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm crawling down there at that bearing at the blade and moving it around. So I'm getting ready to check it right here on this first or the number 3, and then I move it over to the other side there. So it was still right on where I'd put it, even with switching blades, and it was where I'd been running it at a 1/16. So I get up here and move this side here a little bit too, and And I take that block of wood because I couldn't move that wrench, and using it as a hammer. But here's the measurement, and go back over on the other side. Measure that side. So anyway, here we are back to real time, and I got my dial indicator set up here, and so we're gonna try to set this metal bearing, and when I'm doing it, I find out something that's a big problem, and I'll go over that on this coming hump date video. And I didn't realize it right then while I was filming this, but I realized it that night after I'd laid down, and I thought, man, this is what the problem is, of that saw wobbling. And I think Brett probably had it figured out, and he just telling me a few things, and it just kind of came to light. So we'll turn the sound back on here and get back to the video. Try to turn that with the belt here. I'm gonna turn it about 90 degrees, I think. Okay, so it's went in that way. So I want to bring it back to me, right? Yep, I want to bring it to me. Move it again. Okay, we'll go that direction again. Okay, I need to, maybe if we tighten up on this one, that'll bring it back to 0 or something. I'm gonna turn that old boy about 180 right there. That's something like 180. Oh man, look here, we're still kind of like on 0 there. I'm gonna put a little more pressure on these bolts. Try to stay there at 0. I'm gonna turn it another 180 there. Still on 0, man, that's great. And I got them pretty tight.